EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the New York Jets and the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go here in Baltimore. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry of the game now, and here's Breece Hall. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Second down, it's Fields. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
12 yards to go.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. his first carry, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 43. Here's 2nd down and 2. Here's a design run. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Phillips on the stop.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Jets have got it. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble. And all of a sudden, the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offense. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. Room to run inside the 40. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The PAT up and good. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's home. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of.
And he will score. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets. His second rushing touchdown of the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession two. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Raven first down. Working from the shotgun. He'll hand this one off. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good.
It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Baltimore.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. From the gun, here's a handoff. Modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
At the 20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he's into the end zone. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
14, Jets 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he runs past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Comes to the line now on 2nd and 2. One of the tight ends motions right. Another run here with Hall. Past midfield to the 45. And he will go all the way. Reese Hall. Touchdown, Jets. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. No problem there on the extra point, and the Jets will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. His drive will start on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
And he'll get forward for a couple. The veteran safety, Harrison Smith. They're on the stop.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Ravens have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You have a tight end motioning left here. A give. Here's Hall. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up
from the 38 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Forced to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's Austin McNamara now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback. Come out to the 20-yard line.
Their own 20-yard line.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll bring this up to the 22. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, this looks like a design run. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
On the run, here's Hall. And they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
No gain on the play.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
30-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Austin McNamara now, as he's on to punt for the Jets. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. scrimmage,
He
too.
was taken down behind
I can
the line
promise
of
you that is
scrimmage.
not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack,
30-yard line.
there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
A tough spot here. Third and long. He'll drop to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. On comes the punter now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First down. Fields. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
10-yard loss on the play. It's second down.
Here's Fields. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
Gain of 23 yards. And the Jets first down. It's a gain of 23 yards.
Fields now to throw on first down. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there is probably the best possible outcome.
Fields now on second down. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Pretty clear coming into this game that this offense felt that they had a distinct advantage running the ball. It was a matchup that they thought all week went in their favor, and so far the results indicate that they were spot on.
Fields from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll air it out down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
The third quarter begins with a run. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long.
At the 26. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
Brings up third and 6.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
57 yards.
A big play there for Baltimore.
First down.
A gain of 57 yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of the first down. A pickup of
10
9.
yards on the pickup.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll throw out of the gun. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is second TD catch of the season. Point after, coming up here. It's up and through. And the Ravens have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the give, it's Hall. Inside the 30. He will score again. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. We'll try here for the extra point.
The kick
is good. And the Jets are back to within 7. It's 28-21. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
There. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain. Yet again. And now it's third down. They'll look to throw. intercepted. Picked off by Sauce Gardner. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with first and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
By the time the defensive backs had come downhill to get involved, we knew there was just no way he was going to get himself out of this. It just shows, Mike, how long he was flailing around back there, that by the time he actually went down, everyone was behind the line of scrimmage chasing him.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Breece Hall, touchdown, New York. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He's going to air this one out. That is hard. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It covers 51 yards. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. That'll give on the ground, and he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Ravens. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
The extra point is good. And the Ravens will go up by 7.
Jets 28.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
It's 1st down, and it's Hall. the sideline, past midfield, down the sideline to the 20. And he cannot be stopped. He is into the end zone again. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets. He has come alive after the break. His third touchdown of the second half. The extra point is good. And the Jets will tie things up all even at 35. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
There, maybe a yard.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. This one is caught by Shepard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Baltimore,
14 on the pickup. Good for a Raven first down. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. But a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
The Ravens use their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. So now, a big spot coming here. This to take the lead here in the fourth. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They give to Hall. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Give left side. Here comes Hall. He gets free. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara. Players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. The extra point, up and good. And the Jets have taken a 4-point advantage.
38.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 1. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
1st and 10.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground after the penalty. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Baltimore. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
At the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
They face second down and 7. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game. If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
And it comes to 4th and 2. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This is caught at the 2. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score again. Touchdown, Baltimore. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game.
Jets 42.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Hall. Up the sideline. Past midfield. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. And with that, NFL history. That's the record. 7 touchdowns in one game. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
This one taken at the 7.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick to the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll drop to throw. Moving outside the pocket. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in, and that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. Here's Hall.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Another run here with Hall.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. We'll try to run for it with Hall. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Makes the score Jets 56, Ravens 45.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jermaine Johnson, the former 1st-round pick, in there to bring him down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Back to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Now he'll air one out. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Again, here's Hall. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll go again with Hall. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops.